Hey, what's up traders? So in this video, I'm gonna show you some risk to reward strategies, secrets, and to get you to think about risk to reward is you're actually exchanging your time and multiplying your efforts in the market, right? So a quick example of that is if you're going for a one-to-one trade, that means you have to have a 50% win rate. So that's super hard and above, right? So that's super hard to maintain. You might say, oh yeah, hey, I have a 60, 70, 80% win rate, but it's literally one step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. I'm sure some of y'all already know what I'm talking about and have experienced that. I want to show you how you can get at the very least 1 to 2, 1 to 3. I've acquired over $1.2 million worth of trading capital, and the way I did it was using risk to reward. Utilizing risk to reward, I had to take a few steps back in my own trading and think of like, hey, how can I go 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, 1 to 8s, even 1 to 10s and above, and really start to think about how much time I'm putting into the markets, how much time I'm putting in, and how much I'm getting out. Because really the ideal scenario is to be put in a small focused amount of time with the maximum reward rather than like having to sit at the computer all day trying to find that 1 to 1 setup or 1 to 2. 1 to 3s are great. Once you get 1 to 3 and above, that's massive. But you know, those 1 to the 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7, and making a trading strategy around that is going to be a game changer for your trading career. I promise you that. It has for me, it has for the guys and gals that I've been teaching in the accelerator program. So let's look at a few examples on the screen here, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can multiply your efforts in the market and really like collapse the time that you're spending doing this. So let's check it out. What's up, everybody? So talking about risk to reward here, and this is the game changer. This is the secret. This is the way that you need to be thinking about the markets, because at the end of the day, the reason you're struggling is because you're spending too much time in the markets. Like, the biggest liability to you trading is you. I hate to break it to you, but like, unless you're a monk with the discipline that you know that you can follow your rules and you never break, unless you got that David Goggins or you know, just monk-like tenacity, it's not going to work out for you. And so the only alternative to that is getting dialed in on your risk to reward. And this is exactly what we're doing in the accelerator group. This is exactly how I got funded 1.2 million in capital. You can check out the video on my YouTube if you want to see that, and to watch exactly how I did it. And really beyond that, just using and utilizing risk to reward in a momentum strategy, and then using my EA to get tagged in and really do the heavy lifting, right? So like here, Euro Aussie, we went over this trade. We broke it down live today on the accelerator call, step by step by step. And you know, I'm using a 4-hour time frame here. But you know, typically, what is great about the strategy I'm using and the way we're doing this is that, you know, on a 4-hour time frame, maybe you would use it, say an 80 pip stop loss here, right? Which, I mean, this would be good. 1 to 3, you know, by the books, 1 to 3 is great. But you know, if you, it's super hard to maintain over time if you're doing 1 to 2s or 1 to 1.5. 1 to, you know, 1 to 3 is great, but what ultimately means, what that means is that you're going to continue to trade over time, and you continuing to trade over time means you continuing to break your own rules and shoot yourself in the foot, like you more than likely proved to yourself over and over and over again is what happens. And you know, that just I can speak from experience on that, having done this a very long time now, and I know from experience, the longer that, and having mentored a lot of people, the more time you spend in the markets doing this, the more time that you risk just being there, right? So let's take a look at Aussie yen, because you know, I sent out EA to the group, you know, today actually, and well, you know what, we'll go back here, we'll look at this. Now I'm getting dialed in, doing my analysis here on the 4-hour. And so you can see this is a textbook momentum trade. We're actually like in the pocket now, so to speak. We're rolling over. We got our MACD crossing. This is like textbook on my strategy, and I have a way to view multiple different time frames. And now what I'm doing there is identifying these long-term setups and then just going micro to where the point where I'm using like a 20 pip stop, 30 pip stop loss, but utilizing some major risk to reward. So today, you know, I was highlighting Aussie yen. We were looking at Aussie yen as a group here. I shared a trade setup. I sent it out to the group that I had. It was like on my phone, my MT4, and just pretty pinpoint entry here. Still holding some profits there, right? It's pretty pinpoint entry, but I'm using the exact same strategy. On top of that, being able to use a tighter stop loss to use a better risk to reward. So now Aussie yen, and the reason I wanted to pull this up is because you may remember I sent this trade out to the group, and I've been sharing some really big profits that I've been making. And so, you know, the thing is I'm zeroing in, I'm getting super dialed in on what's happening in the market, and then using my strategy and the way that I view the markets, which is the momentum, then I can really focus on a tighter risk to reward. So say for example, you're using GJ, you're trading GJ. Everybody loves pound yen. This is a trade that I took a few weeks ago, and this, you can see we have a push up on the momentum here, and we have a nice cross, right? And then a move back in, and this really times out with my overall analysis. And then from that vantage point, I was able to go in here and do what I call some surgery. And we are actually talking about surgery today in the group on the whole live call. Like I have a whole surgery tab and a surgery setting. And these are things that you would learn from me in the accelerator group. So then I go in here, and you could see I had a 30 pip when I took this trade, a 30 pip stop loss, and I closed the trade way too early, right? But still got a 1-to-8. So this is a systematic way of doing that to be able to maximize your risk to reward. So like thinking of it in terms of your R&R, it is massive, and it's like, you know, the secret weapon against shooting yourself in the foot all the time, right? And so like here is, even using the 15-minute time frame right here, you know, you might get, this is a great momentum cross. I mean, this would have been an awesome trade, but a lot of times you're not going to get as big of a follow through. And even if you did on there, I mean, that's a 1-to-2, 1-to-3. That's good. And like, especially since we started Soul Funding, which is our prop firm, you know, there's no time limit. We will fund you up to $1 million and more if you can demonstrate that you can manage your risk and hit a 10% target. There's no time limit. It's one stage. But the thing is, seeing the back end of that, I was blown away. Just my mind was blown by looking at traders' results and then seeing that the one thing always stood out. The guys and girls that were getting funded and keeping their accounts are the ones that were utilizing risk to reward, and they were cutting their losers short and letting the winners run. And I know that too many traders, probably you, are, you know, letting your losers run and cutting your winners short. And that's the ultimate battle for the trader, right? So like, if your risk to reward is negative, say you got something like this going on, and yeah, maybe this is a good trade, but you take your profits like right here, you get in profit like 30 pips, you're like, I'm taking this. But you know, if the trade goes against you and keep moving the stop loss, and this is what happens. There's so many, I mean, this is why it's just a mind game. You keep going in circles and circles and circles. It's never going to work for you because the numbers are against you. So get it, like rethinking everything that you're doing into two elements. One, you need to be trading less. That's probably not news to you, but you need to be trading less. You're in the markets too much. And then two, how can you maximize the time spent doing this to get the most bang for your buck? Once I realized that about risk management, about your risk to reward, what we're doing is maximizing the time that you spent doing this. Like if you spend, time on the charts for 2 hours to take 20 pips out of the market, but you're risking twice that, say your stop loss is 40 and you end up taking profits when you're 20 pips in profit, you are spending your time in a negative way, because like you could lose more than you're going to win. But if you're spending that same 2 hours planning out a way, stalking out a trade to get a 1 to 6, a 1 to 8, like I demonstrated, a 1 to 10. On the call today, we were talking about 1 to 10s, 1 to 12s, and that's exactly what we have mapped out here on Euro Aussie. I'm in some Euro Aussie trades, I'm in some Pound Aussie trades, and I'm in some AJ trades. These are longer term setups, and I'm really maximizing the potential for that trade to be profitable, exponentially larger. Hopefully this is making sense, right? Exponentially larger for the time that I put into it. So you can make more money and you can get the most bang for your buck. Like my main trading time, just to go back to this one more time, and this is gonna probably it's probably gonna piss a lot of y'all off, but so I have my alert set here and I'm just watching these specific setups. This is what I'm trading, right? And I already have it mapped out here, what I'm looking at. I already know what I'm looking at. I know I'm looking for. This is GA from today. We took it on the call. So I'm only spending it takes me like 3 minutes to set those alerts. And I'm so dialed in on the momentum strategy and what it is that we're doing and what I'm teaching the traders in the accelerator. The time I spend trading is really honestly about an hour a day. All now we live trade Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. So that's my main time. And that's the best time to trade, right? So hopefully this resonates with you. Hopefully this makes sense. And if you're ready to start getting some real risk to reward and real bang for your buck, click the link below, fill out the form. The accelerator is full right now, but be sure you get your name on that list, and we'll reach out to you when we got some availability and see if you're the right fit for the program. And this is for people that are dedicated and that you want to make this happen, and you see the potential in this as just a life-changing possibility. Trust me, once you get funded multiple 6 figures and above, things get a little different. It's a whole different ball game. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready to step up to the plate, click the link below. Let's make it happen for you. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all, and let's have a great week. Peace.